Let me begin with a parable. Theologically, we're exposed to the supermarket of theological teachings. Mass communication is very hard on us and is trying to give us new theological insights. And let me begin with a parable. When I go shopping to supermarket, superstore, I know the most attractive items are on eye-level shelves. But the most useful, the most helpful ones, and the most wholesome ones, they're right down the lowest floor. And I myself have to go down on my knees very often just to read the labels there, because an eyesight has different material. Down below, there is the real wholesome stuff that I'm looking for and that I'm willing to buy. And I think in our theological approach, we might have to go down from the eye level, from everything that flashes right into our eyes, go down on our knees, humble ourselves, approach the Word of God in a very simple, humble way. I'm not a theologian. I never had any formal theological teachings or so on. I have taken chances wherever possibly I could learn something, but I don't call myself a theologian. And so I really think that prophetic teaching and preaching as we need it nowadays, by prophetic preaching or teaching, I mean it's a very personal approach. Not very highly theological, refined theologies, but very simple teachings that end up where the tire hits the road, where the people are. In all my years when I was preaching, I was sitting up front and looking into the congregation and seeing the people I'm called to be their shepherd. And very often rewriting and rethinking my sermon. So I think it's important that our preaching and teaching becomes more prophetic, speaking to the present situation, speaking to the issues where the people are concerned with. I remember the first year, 1956, called to be a Sunday school teacher here in Vancouver, and I had a class of teenagers there. They're all grandfathers now. I meet them occasionally, and I sensed I had a hard time getting anywhere with them. And I said, any subject yet that you would like to discuss and get the biblical perspectives on it. And after they had conferred amongst themselves, they came out and they said, yes, birth control. And you can imagine that caused a real upheaval amongst the parents. How can that subject be brought up in church and so? And I was happy because I thought, here that's where they think and where they want to know and get some information. And I said to the parents, I'm happy about it. You might be upset, but I'm happy about it, and we'll work on it in other situations. When there was so much talk about generation gaps, so I thought we will have meeting parents and young people and talk about the generation gap. We had it all set up, all planned. Everything was nicely mapped out. And I just started to make an opening statement. One of the young people, a very brilliant young lady, got up. "What are you talking about? We don't have a generation gap and a problem in our church." So, but they were happy that someone was able to pick up the place where they are at, and I think that's important for our theological situation. The preaching has to be there where the people are involved. The tires have to hit the road, and a person should find some very practical, everyday answers